Good morning, students. So let's start with today's lecture. This is, I guess, a third lecture on PDA, push on automata, and so far we have seen many problems. So let's start with the last problem that I had given for homework. We are going to require 3 to 4 more lectures maximum in PDA, and we will be able to complete it. Yeah, Dhruv, I have increased the size of this pen. So let's see if it is visible. Do let me know if it's visible or not. So we are going to start with the very first problem, uh, homework problem. Let's have a look. It is language is nothing but a raised to n, b raised to m, c raised to m, and d raised to n. Okay, so it is basically we need to find out the similarities. That is, a and d are having the same powers over here. Okay. Similarly, b and c are having the same powers. Okay. So what we need to do is, first of all, we need to check for each A. Our logic will be very simple. For each A, there will be one corresponding D. Similarly, for each B, there will be the corresponding C. Why? Because their powers are same. And the conditions over here are also pay attention towards the condition also. Here, m comma n should be more than equal to 1, so it's normal. So what we need to do is our logic is very simple. For each A, push one X. For each B, push one Y. Because over here the powers are different, that's why we are using different symbols or different characters. But let me do it. Even I need to check the answers. Along with the solutions, we'll check your answer also. Okay. So for each A, we need to push X. For each B, we need to push a Y because both their powers are different. Similarly, for each C, as I had told you that B and C are corresponding to each other. So for each C, we are going to pop the Y from the stack. And after reading all the C's, we are only left with the X's in the stack. So whenever we receive the D's, we are going to remove the X's from the stack. That is nothing but pop the X from the stack. It's very simple. So at the end, we are going to have the empty stack once again. So I'm simply going to start with the implementation over here because that is important. वो चीजें important है, the logic and the implementation. Rest everything will be based on it. Implementation is nothing but your actual functions, transition functions. Okay. So transition function, I'm going to start something like this. Transition of Q0. It will obviously be on top of R, right? So first input is A and the stack top is R. Over here, what will happen? I will push one X on the stack, so it will be XR. You're aware of it, how to do it, right? We have already seen some basic problems on this. Next up, what we need to do is, next will be a series of A's because A is having a self loop. Next, because it is A raised to N, so there might be N number of A's. So it will be Q0 A on top of X now, and it will be Q0 XX. Correct? Correct so far? So you have to mention a loop over here. Similarly, we have we are assuming that we have read all the A's, and now the input tape will be having B as the input. So from Q0, if the input is B, top will obviously be X. What we should do? We should change our state. Why we are changing our state? Because this time the symbol is different. Instead of X, it is now Y. So it will be Y on top of X. Am I correct? Do let me know if you're having any doubts so far. Okay. So next up will be again the loop of this. So m number of B's will be read. So it will be Q1 now. And the input is B. It will be on top of Y now because we have already entered one Y on top of X. Right? So it will be in Q1 only and it will be YY. Similar kind of thing. So it will be looped. So now we have read all the X's, that is all the A's and all the B's. So for example, this is the string. I'm just taking examples. Okay, so in my stack right now, I'm having two X's and three Y's, right? Because I'm just following the N and M pattern. Clear? This is the condition of the stack right now after these 4 steps. So next up, what will happen is now I will start the popping operations. So now in Q1, if the input is C and if the top is Y, I know that I should now start popping. So it will be Q2 comma epsilon, and there will be m number of C's. In your case, it is 3, so it will again be a loop. Now I will be in Q2 state, so it will be Q2 comma C comma Y, and now again it will remain in Q2 only because we have already changed the state for the popping operation in the previous condition, the previous transition. So we won't be changing the state again over here. It will remain in Q2 because we have already changed the state. Am I clear with this so far? So we have completed the first popping operation. Now, after the C's have been read in the stack, we will now have the top as X. Am I correct? Because we have removed all the C's from the stack. It simply means we have removed all the Y's from the stack, right? So on top, now we are having X. And the symbol to be read next is D. So from Q2, if the input is D and top is X, I know what I should do. I should again pop, but this time I can't remain in Q2. I have to change my state. So it will be Q3 comma epsilon, and this entire thing will be repeated once again, this time from Q3 to make a loop. Okay, so it will be Q3 comma D comma X. It will remain in Q3. It will be Q3 comma epsilon. It will be a loop. And finally, our stack is empty, so we need to go to the final state. So we can do so simply by Q3 comma epsilon comma R, and from here we can move to QF comma R. Am I clear? Can we do it like this? Okay, so just एक छोटा सा नोट यहाँ पे दे रहा हूँ मैं आपको hint. Whenever we are starting, add this symbol just to demonstrate that from here we are going to populate the stack, and whenever we are stopping, we can add this symbol just to indicate that we are terminating over here. Okay, कुछ ऐसा significance नहीं है, just for your understanding and just for a good impression in the paper. Okay, initial symbol is arrow pointing downwards. This means that we are starting from here. The stack is getting populated from here, and the last stage we are showing that particular symbol. No, we can't pop X and Y using the same state, otherwise the machine will be confused कि ये कौन सा pop किया है, X pop किया है, Y pop किया है. That is why we are using different states, Q2 for X and Q2 for Y and Q3 for X, just to show that we are separating the inputs. एक state X के लिए है और एक state Y के लिए. That's why we are taking different states. Okay. So am I clear? So we can solve this question in 9 transitions. This will be the perfect answer. Don't use the same state for X and Y, otherwise आपका machine ambiguous हो जाएगा. We don't want ambiguity. We want a clear cut logic कि X आएगा तो क्या करना है, Y आएगा तो क्या करना है. Am I clear? Is this logic clear now? So similar kind of questions will be asked. This was just an introduction. I'm going to give you some very interesting problems today. You need to apply a lot of logic over there and then tell me your answers. I'm not drawing the diagram. Are you comfortable? Because we have already seen how to draw the diagram. If you want, we can go with the diagram and the examples also. I think that will be repetitive because we have already done it. Okay. कोई एक क्वेश्चन का करेंगे हम लोग एंड में. इफ सम ऑफ यू स्टिल हैविंग सम इश्यूज विद द डायग्राम, आज के क्वेश्चंस में से हम लोग कोई एक क्वेश्चन का डायग्राम एंड एग्जांपल सॉल्व कर लेंगे. ओके, फाइन विद इट. So we have completed one problem, the homework problem. Let's take this next problem. If you want, I can solve it. This particular, yeah, diagram is clear. That is what I'm saying. The diagram and the simulation is almost clear because in the previous problems we have completed the diagrams. We have encountered how to draw them and how to solve the problems. I can take the example once again, but in any of the upcoming problems. Okay, so take this second problem. That is, read the problem carefully and then you only tell me what this problem asks. Question number 2 I'm talking about. I've zoomed it for you. Language is consisting of X, where X is something like this. What is given? You only tell me. NA bracket X is equal to NB bracket X. How to read it? These sort of problems are asked. They might not give you direct questions. They might twist it somehow, and you need to deduce what exactly is being asked from you. So first of all, try to understand what this question is all about. Give your answers, then we can proceed solving it. No, NA and NB are not functions. Basically, एक twist करने के लिए question को दिया है. ध्यान से पढ़ो क्या हो सकता है वो. A and B are nothing but your inputs, right? Correct. Number of A's. Very well answered. NA of X is nothing but number of A's present in X. That should be equal to number of B's present in X. So the question is very simple. It is deduced like this. A language which is basically X and that should be having equal number of A's and B's. इतना ही क्वेश्चन है. So equal number of A's and B's का क्वेश्चन है. That is the PDA you would like to design for. Okay, इसका PDA आपको बनाना है. A language which is having equal number of A's and B's. Simple as that. उसको twist करके लिखने का ये टेक्निक है. So in the question if it is asked like this, don't get confused. छोड़ के मत आना. बहुत simple question है. Solution इसका बहुत simple है. मैं solve करूंगा तो आपको समझेगा. Okay, so try on your own first, and then I will give you the solution. Spoon feeding नहीं होगा. Okay, so try on your own. It is number of A's equal to number of B's. So far we have seen A raised to n, B raised to n. एक बार ध्यान से मैं differentiate करके बता रहा हूँ, then you can start. This is also A raised to n, B raised to n is also equal to number of A's equal to number of B's, right? Is there any change? अगर मैंने इसका लॉजिक बना दिया तो भी राइट होगा क्या आंसर मेरा? You only tell me. You only tell me. If I construct a machine like this, construct a machine or PDA for this logic, A raised to n, B raised to n, am I correct 100%? Or is there any loophole? Is there any restriction that I am not following? It is not same, Ayush. Have a look. A raised to n, B raised to n is like all the patterns of A followed by all the patterns of B. But in this case, it is being asked that it should have equal number of A's and B's. So we are not sure if it is starting with A or if it is starting with B, whatever it may be. It may be something like this. It may be something like this also. Anywhere in the string, A's and B's can be present. समझा अभी difference? This is the basic difference. Although A raised to n, B raised to n is bound to have equal number of A's and B's, but in the question, it has mentioned that you have to follow this pattern. But in this case, in this question, there is no pattern. The string can start with A, string can start with B, anything can happen. Only make sure that number of A's should be equal to number of B's. Yes, all possible combinations of A's and B's, but with equal count of A and B. This is the question. Okay, so start now. Think of some logic. I have got some logic from your side for each A push one, for each B pop one. Okay, that is what we can do. But what else? ध्यान में रखो, it should be A and B equal number. वो main logic है. Depending upon that, you have to design your logic. Simple सा hint I can give if you want, but take 2 minutes of your time. Think on your own. You need to do some brushing up. थोड़ा logic revise करो. Brain sharp होएगा और कुछ नहीं. And I would be able to get the logic quickly. Okay, take 2 minutes of your time, not more than that. Think of a logic and drop in your answers. Just think of it कि कुछ भी आप accept करो, कुछ भी आप push or pop करो, at the end your stack should be empty. That is our main concern. I'm giving you two examples. For example, A, B, B, A. This is correct. B, A, B is also correct. You can also take A, B, A, B, B, A, B, A. All these four options are correct. They are having equal number of A's and B's. They can start with A, they can start with B, whatsoever. Think of a logic, it is not that simple. थोड़ा दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा. Okay, think of it and let me know. I guess 1 minute is over. Last 1 minute, try on your own, then I will give you the simplest logic for this. Any answers? If there are greater than five numbers, five, it's just an example you're giving, right? If there are greater than five numbers, remove starting alphabet. No, फाइव का ऐसा कुछ फिक्स तो है ही नहीं क्राइटेरिया अपने पास. बेसिकली वी विल बी हैविंग इवन नंबर्स ओनली बिकॉज इक्वल नंबर ऑफ एज और इक्वल नंबर ऑफ बीज अगर हुए तो ऑड नंबर तो हो ही नहीं सकता है. दैट इज द फर्स्ट कंडीशन, फर्स्ट क्राइटेरिया. Any input can be there. This is just for example. I've just given a short example for you to understand the thing. Then you can apply on your logic. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you what should be the ideal logic for this. As you are comfortable, for A, you can push X. For B, you can push Y because there are different symbols. यहाँ पे सिंगल एक सिंबल से करेंगे तो अपना काम नहीं बनेगा. For A, we can push X. For B, we can push Y. But what is the popping condition? This is what I want to know from your side. When are we going to pop? That's why I had written this on top. Have a look. Stack should be empty at the end. कुछ भी करो लास्ट में आपका स्टैक एम्प्टी होना चाहिए. This will indicate that we have read equal number of A's and B's. How you are going to pop it? That is of utmost importance. Pushing का तो समझ में आता है. For each A we can push X. For each B we can push Y. But अभी ध्यान दो carefully. Whenever the string is something like this, for example, ये वाला ध्यान से देखो A A B B. This is also going to be accepted equal number of A's and equal number of B's. So whenever we are encountering an A, we are going to push one X onto the stack. Again एक A आया, again I pushed one X onto the stack. Popping condition क्या होगा? Whenever there is a B immediately after an A, or whenever there is an A immediately after a B, you need to pop the top symbol. Correct. When B is just after A, pop Y, and when there is A after B, pop X. और वॉट एवर उल्टा उल्टा बोला होगा मैंने, एक बार ध्यान से देखो. सो इट इज बेसिकली बी ऑन टॉप ऑफ ए. तो टॉप पे क्या है आपके पास? एक्स है. इरेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ वॉट एवर इज देयर ऑन द स्टैक यू हैव टू पॉप इट. एम आई क्लियर? ध्यान से देखो. वेन एवर बी इज ऑन टॉप ऑफ एक्स तो क्या करेंगे हम लोग? whenever there is b on top of x, it simply means that top पे अभी a है. Am I clear or not? Because x is corresponding to an a. So whenever we encounter b on top of an a, it simply means something like this. It will be something like this. अगर ऐसा कुछ condition हुआ तो you need to pop, and pop means something like this. I'm just giving you the example. यहाँ पे states change नहीं करेंगे हम लोग. Why? Because मैं बताऊंगा end में. Are you getting it? What I'm trying to say? Whenever you are having an A after a B or a B after an A, whatever is there on the top of the stack, you have to pop it. Simple as that. Am I clear now? तो अल्टीमेटली क्या होगा कि whenever I encountered this B, टॉप पे X था, उसको पॉप कर दिया. अगेन आई एनकाउंटर B, टॉप पे क्या है? X है, मतलब A रीड हुआ रहेगा, पॉप इट अप. एंड में क्या बचा? आपका स्टैक एम्प्टी हो गया. So it simply means that equal number of A's are corresponding to equal number of B's. But for example, अगर बाद में एक और A आया, तो now we know that A आया है, और अभी stack empty है, so it is nothing but a on top of r. So we are going to push one more x. In this case, what will happen? आपका stack empty नहीं होगा and the string will not be accepted. Am I clear? So this particular logic works in both the ways, whether to accept a string or to reject a string. At the end of reading the inputs, if you're having still some characters left on the stack, it simply means that A's and B's are not equal in number, and hence we can't accept that string. Am I clear? So now design the logic for this. Just make sure that whenever we are popping, we can't change the states over here. You only tell me why. Whenever we are popping, we can't change the states over here. As explained above, you can see that on the left hand side also we are having Q0. On the right hand side also we are having Q0. Now you only tell me the logic behind this. Why can't we change the state? That is why I told you that these problems require a lot of thinking. So you only think over it and tell me your answers. Then I will tell you what you're correct or not. Okay, come on, quick. Think on it. Although we are popping, but we can't change our state. Why so? In the previous questions, we saw that there was a pattern that पहले A read करो, then B आएगा तो सारे pop करो. Correct. In such a pattern, there was actually a rhythm. एक particular pattern था कि पहले A read करो pushing के लिए, and then when we started reading B, pop it up. That's why we used to change the state. But in this case, there is no fixed pattern. We can even encounter an A anywhere in the string. We can encounter a B anywhere in the string. It basically is ambiguous because we don't know where what particular string is going to follow next, right? That's why we can't change our state. अगर हम चेंज करेंगे पॉपिंग पे तो हमें Q1 से एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा अगला स्टेट एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू फ्रॉम Q1 टू Q2 Q2 टू Q3 चलता रहेगा टिल इंफिनिटी. That's why we can't change our state because we are not sure what is the next input going to be. Clear? So we are going to remain in the same state Q0 till the end. जब पूरा stack empty हो जाएगा, then only you have to go from Q0 to QF. So kindly construct the transition steps and tell me what is your answer. I'm starting off with the very first set, that is Q0 comma A on top of R. Now I know that whenever I'm encountering a Q0, it can be my initial state. It can be my initial state, right? So it will be Q0 XR. But similarly, we don't know pattern. Yes, correct, Pratik. We don't know the pattern of the input string, hence we don't change the state because uncertainty है. आगे कौन सा input आएगा we don't know, right? That's why we can't predict if this has to go to Q1 state only, right? ये चीज ध्यान में रखो, आगे दो तीन प्रॉब्लम में काम आने वाला है. The same thing, uncertainty of the inputs. There is no pattern. Now have a look at the transition. The string can start from A. Similarly, the string can even start from B. So it could be Q0B on R also, right? So hence it is going to be Q0 comma YR. Am I clear? The first two steps. As we are starting from here, as I had told you in the previous case, go with the downwards arrow because these are the starting symbols or starting transitions of the problem. Okay, so next up, what we can do is, as we know that it could be A on top of A also. So in such a case, what will happen? अगर A on top of A है, मतलब यहाँ पे third symbol क्या होना चाहिए? Only tell me. What should be the stack symbol? Is it going to be X? Is it going to be Y? You only tell me. X, correct. Because it is A on top of A. That is already there is one A present in the stack. Hence, top should be A. So in such a case, it will be Q0 only, but it is XX. Similarly, if we have B on top of B, it would be Q0 B on top of Y, and we will push one more Y on top of it. So it will become Q0 YY. Am I clear till here? Okay. Now we are going to start with the popping operations. Popping is very simple, as I told you earlier also. Now assume if I encounter B, so it will be Q0, A से लिखते पहले, A on top of Y. If I encounter anything like this, I know that Y corresponds to B. So it is very simple. It simply means that there is already one Y in the stack and I'm trying to add one A on top of it. So I will pop whatever is present on top of the stack. So it will be q0 comma epsilon. Similarly, if I encounter b on top of x, I'm going to repeat the same thing. That is, I am simply going to pop the topmost element from the stack. And hence I'm left with this. Okay. Finally, if all the inputs are red, it will be something like this q0 comma epsilon comma r, and we will directly go to the final state. Now, am I clear with the transitions? I tried my best to make this a lot simpler to understand. Just keep in mind that whenever we are having uncertainties in terms of the input pattern, then we can't change our states. That is what is happening over here. And as we are ending over here, just mark it like this. And uh, there is going to be one loop also, right? A on top of x. This is going to be a loop if I'm not wrong. Even if you don't add a loop, it doesn't matter because the states are q0 only. ध्यान दो इधर और बताओ मुझे क्या होगा. Even if you don't add a loop, it doesn't bother. That is what I'm saying, Ayush, because see this condition. If Q0 A on X, it again comes back to Q0 only. So it is self-sufficient, it is itself a loop, right? But still you can add one loop if you want, just to avoid any confusion. Because we know that those are inherently loops only. Okay. So am I clear with this problem? Any one of you are, if you're having any doubts, kindly let me know. We have used 30 minutes of our time and we have solved these two problems. If you're having no doubts, I can move ahead. Kindly let me know. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with the simulation for this problem. You only give me a 6-digit number of 4-digit number just to show. For the example, I will start with this Q0 only and let's see how it happens. कोई भी एक वैल्यू दे दो मुझे. ए बी बी ए बी. ये तो 7 हो गया. ठीक है. रिजेक्ट करना है मतलब. ओके. A B B A B. Ideally, we know that it is going to be rejected because there are 4 A's and uh, 3 B's. So let's start with this. On top, it is R. हाँ, logic बताता हूँ मैं. First, let me tell you the logic. Because वो step रह गया, मैं direct implementation चालू किया. Okay. For uh, initial A push X, same अगले में क्या आएगा? For consecutive A's, push X, same thing. Same cheese you have to write for B. For the initial B, push Y. For consecutive B, consecutive B's, that is B on top of B, I want to say, push Y. For A on top of B, slash for B on top of A, pop the stack element, pop the stack top. Okay, so basically we are having this 5 steps in logic. This is first, this is second, third, fourth, and I've combined this together. This is 5. I'm again repeating for the initial A push X, for consecutive A's push X, same thing. For the initial B push Y, for the consecutive B's push Y, for A on top of B or B on top of A, pop the stack top. Okay, clear? Okay, so let's start with this problem. Now I know that Q0 A on top of R, according to logic, kya hona chahiye? I should push one X, so it should remain in Q0 only. I have read this input. It becomes something like this. It is XR. Now again, A is on top of A. So again, one more X will be pushed. It will be XR. Next up, we are having this Q0B. So I know that B is on top of X. So I will pop it from the stack. It becomes XR. Again, Q0 on top of X. Again, there will be a popping operation. It is AAB. Stack becomes NT. Again, restart the entire thing. Q0 A on. R, it will be A, B, and XR. One more A, it will be B and XXR. So at the end, we are going to be left with Q0 epsilon comma XR. So are we having any states corresponding to this Q0 epsilon comma X? It simply means there is one element left in the stack, and hence we can't move ahead. Machine वहीं पे रह जाएगा, and hence it is going to be rejected. Is it clear? Do let me know. ये समझा कि नहीं? Similarly, Ayush, your problem also can be solved using the same logic. Okay. So at the end, आपका machine QF पे अगर नहीं गया, so it will be rejected. If the machine enters into QF and there is no further inputs or stack symbols left, then it will be accepted. Clear? This is how you need to solve the problem. First of all, start with the logic. I forgot to mention the logic initially. This is the logic. Then you need to start with the theory, etc., etc. All these 5 steps. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm getting a call. I will just come back. Okay. Am I audible now? Okay. So let's. I hope you got this question how to solve it. So let's move on with the next set of problem. Question number 3. Okay. This is again. I'm not. I won't. I won't say complicated problem, but you need to apply some little logic to it. Very simple it is. First of all, understand the conditions. ये question जानबूझ के दिया है मैंने ताकि you pay attention to the conditions also. Although it looks very simple, but the powers are different. Don't get confused. ऐसे problem हम लोग पहले कर चुके हैं, but in those cases the powers were same. In this case, the powers are different. It is a raised to m, b raised to n. Now you only tell me how to solve such a problem. And the condition is that n should be less than m. You only tell me how to solve it. Jay, what exactly do you want me to show? Because I have already used up a lot of time on that problem. Kindly have a look at the logic and the implementation. I guess it's self-explanatory. Okay, the problem means okay. The screenshot you want to take. Okay, this is the implementation and that. Okay, take the screenshot first. Correct, Praful. The stack should not be empty. तो stack empty नहीं होगा तो हमें उसके accordingly we need to move to the final state. Correct, Praful. Correct, Pratik. Length of string can never be equal. Correct. Obviously it can't be equal because in this case what is happening, n is less than m, मतलब n का value छोटा है, तो first of all what will happen is we are going to read all the values of a. Let's take this example, a raised to 4 and b raised to 3. Sorry, n is more than m, so it is a raised to 3 and b raised to 4, if I'm not wrong. Okay, it's the other way around, it will obviously be odd. So over here it is n more than m, so the second term ke power, so that should be more than the first term ke power. Okay. Yeah, I will come back to it. Kindly let me complete this. I will get back to the previous question after that. Okay. So what we need to do is, first of all, read all the values of A. For example, read all the x's, and then for each x, pop that from the stack. So it's very simple. जैसे B आएगा, pop one x, pop one x, pop one x. So at the end, for example, you might be in the state Q1, okay, because you have already popped it. So once if you are in Q1 and you are getting some input as B, but there is nothing on the stack, then you need to go to the final state. अरे sorry, मैं second question का logic बता दिया, sorry. Both the questions are similar, so I missed actually solve the logic for this. Okay, so you can change it accordingly. This question is nothing but it is having the other way around. So it is nothing but 4 A's and 3 B's. दोनों लॉजिक सिमिलर है, तो मैंने नीचे वाले का लॉजिक बता दिया गलती से बाय मिस्टेक. सो इट विल बी द अदर वे अराउंड. फॉर एग्जांपल आपने यहाँ पे 4 एक्सेस पुश किए, सो एंड में क्या होगा कि व्हेन यू आर स्टार्टिंग पॉपिंग अप, इट विल बी Q1 कॉमा B एंड स्टैक पे एक वैल्यू बचेगा, दैट इज X. आर यू क्लियर नाउ व्हाट इज एग्जैक्टली हैपनिंग? ऊपर वाले केस में एक्चुअली इसका लॉजिक इधर है एंड इसका लॉजिक नीचे है. ओके, while explaining I made a mess up over here. So just have a look that in this case, that is n is less than m. If you want, मैं नीचे करके दिखाता हूँ, नहीं तो confusion नहीं चाहिए मुझे. If n is less than m and if n is more than m, I'm solving it like this. The example could be like this, and over here the example could be like this. तो अभी इस केस में let's construct a stack. It was initially R. अभी क्या होगा, 4 एक्सेस पुश होंगे स्टैक में. इन दिस केस क्या होगा, यहाँ पे 3 एक्सेस पुश होंगे स्टैक में. आई एम सॉल्विंग बोथ द क्वेश्चंस पैरेलली. ओके, नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन, फॉर ईच बी आई एम गोइंग टू पॉप 1 x from the stack. So at the end I will be left with 1 x. So this will be somewhat like this. This is just an instantaneous description I'm showing. I hope you know now what exactly instantaneous description is all about. We have seen it in the previous lectures. So it will be Q1 comma epsilon because we don't have any inputs left and still we are having one stack symbol left. So in such a case, then it will go to the final state. Okay, but in this case on the right hand side, in Q1, you will be having one input left. That is, you will be having inputs left, but the stack will be empty. So in such a case, we will come to know that the latter part is having more characters than the former part. Am I correct? Did you understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, it can be any value. I'm just giving an example. जरूरी नहीं कि एक ही नंबर से कम हो, इतना भी कम हो सकता है. It can be even 5 versus 2. It can be even 5 versus 4, whatever. It should be ideally either less than m or more than m, depending upon what the question is asking. समझा? So इतना समझो कि लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का जो क्वेश्चन है, दैट इज इफ द सेकेंड पार्ट इज लेसर एज कंपेयर टू द फर्स्ट पार्ट, देन आपके पास इनपुट्स नहीं बचेंगे. बट ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड, इफ द सेकेंड पार्ट इज bigger than the first part, then you will still have inputs left in the input tape. That is the most easiest logic I can give you. समझा अभी? So try to construct the transition functions for this. Okay, will you be able to do it? In the meantime, let me give Jay the screenshots. He's eagerly waiting to take the screenshots. Okay, Jay, kindly screenshot ले लो. You want the examples or the logic? The example का है. Kindly take the screenshot. In the meantime, all of you kindly solve this, construct the transition functions, and then let me know if you are facing any issues with it. These sort of problems are actually asked. Okay, most welcome, Jay. So let me get back to this problem 3 and 4. मैं यहाँ से rub कर देता हूँ, otherwise you will get confused whenever I will upload the snippet. So it's better you refer this, what I have written downwards. Okay, so it is nothing but a raised to m, e raised to n, where n is less than m. This is the logic for this question. And similarly, the logic for this will be a raised to m, b raised to n, where n is more than m. Am I clear now? Okay. To construct the transition functions quickly. किसी एक का भी कर लोगे तो दूसरा तो इजीली हो ही जाएगा. Okay. Let me solve it over here. You can do along with me and let me know if you got it, or if you feel there is any mistake, kindly let me know. So it is Q0 and I am getting one A. It will be on top of R. So I will push that so it becomes Q0 XR. I will keep on continuing this. It will be a loop. So it is Q0 A on top of X now. This is going to be a loop and this is nothing but Q0 XX. Now once I encounter B, I will pop it. So it is Q0 B on top of X. I will pop that. It becomes Q1 comma epsilon. Now in Q1, if I encounter one more B over here, again it will be popped and this will be a loop that will remain in Q1, Q1 comma epsilon. And after reading all the inputs, this particular condition should come. That is, if in Q1 I encounter all the inputs have been read and still there is X left on the top, it will go to QF, comma. I, I don't want to make any changes, so it will remain X only. This is the last step. I hope you got it how I did it. Q1 say if I am facing that I don't have any more inputs, it simply means that the second part है उसका size छोटा है as compared to first part. Clear? Similarly, you can construct everything else. ये चारों step इसमें same होंगे. Only last step will vary. That is, you are still having some inputs left in Q1, but the stack top is empty. Sorry, not empty. Epsilon की जगह R आएगा, right? Because you have finished with the stack, but still something is left. So in that case, you will again go to QF, comma R. Am I clear now? यहाँ पे चेंज कर देना मैंने यहाँ पे एप्सिलॉन लिखा रहेगा तो दिस इज आर बिकॉज वी हैव फिनिश्ड द स्टैक राइट दिस इज हाउ दिस प्रॉब्लम इज सॉल्व्ड पहले की चारों कंडीशंस आर गोइंग टू बी एग्जैक्टली सेम द ओनली चेंज इज हैपनिंग इन द लास्ट स्टेप ये वाला स्टेप सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट क्लियर विद दिस नाउ आर यू इन अ पोजीशन टू सॉल्व सच प्रॉब्लम्स ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं ओके सो यू विल बी इन अ गुड पोजीशन नाउ टू सॉल्व सच प्रॉब्लम्स जिसमें दोनों के पावर्स सेम नहीं होंगे पावर्स माइट बी डिफरेंट ओके PDA is simple. Actually, PDA में problems भी कम है as compared to the next module that is Turing machines. So we will be able to finish PDA quickly as compared to TM Turing machines. Last machines है इस particular subject का Turing machines. We are going to learn about it in the next module. Hopefully, in 3 lectures we would be able to complete PDA because PDA is not that vast. Turing machines are obviously. So in 4 lectures, 3 to 4 lectures, we will wind up with PDA. And I'm going at my natural pace. Don't think कि मैं भगा रहा हूँ. So this is actually what happens. Okay. So we have already covered question number 1, question 2, question 3, and question 4. Now we can see this fifth problem, interesting one, fifth and sixth. These sort of problems आपने नहीं किए होंगे अब तक. We have not done such problems जहाँ पे multiple inputs are involved. So just have a look at this fifth problem. It is quite similar to the next one also. Language is made up of A, B, C raised to n, comma D raised to n. Now you only tell me how to solve this. There might be multiple alternate answers, but you only tell me how we can solve such a problem. The simplest one. It is ABC raised to n. So we have to take ABC together. जब भी ब्रैकेट आता है ना क्वेश्चन में इसलिए मैंने जानबूझ के ब्रैकेट डाला है whenever you encounter brackets it is a complete single term so ABC has to be treated as a single term no issues Dhruv correct any combination of ABC of length n and D of length n correct so what we need to do is whenever we are completing that ABC कब complete होगा जब C read करेंगे right so whenever ABC is complete, push one X, and correspondingly for every D pop 1x. Simple. तो बेसिकली A इनपुट आएगा तो क्या करोगे? If you receive the input as A, क्योंकि ABC एक साथ तो आएगा नहीं ना, पहले इनपुट A रीड करेंगे, देन वी विल रीड इनपुट B, देन वी विल रीड इनपुट C, एंड whenever we will read the input C, at that point we need to push. बट उसके पहले तो A और B भी रीड करना पड़ेगा ना. No, we can't remain in same state, Manav. This is the tricky question. This is the tricky part of this question, basically. What we need to do is, for A and B, we can't remain in the same state. Otherwise, machine को समझेगा नहीं कि ये A read कर रहा है, C read कर रहा है. What we need to do is, we need to change our state for A and B. जैसे ही C आएगा, we need to push it and again go back to the same state from where we are now expecting an A. Am I clear? जब लिखेंगे तब easy हो जाएगा. I'm just repeating what I just now told you. ABC has to follow the same sequence. That is A, then B, and then C. It can't be C, B, A. Okay, it is a pattern. So what you need to do is, whenever you encounter an A, change your state without pushing. If you remember, I had told you in stack operations, there are three basic operations: push, pop, and no change. Over here, we are not changing the condition of the stack. We are simply changing our state. So what exactly happens is, whenever we encounter an A, we change our state from Q0 to Q1. In Q1, if we receive a B, we change our state from Q1 to Q2 without pushing anything. Once we reach Q2 and the input is C, then we will accept it, push the input, and go back to state Q0. Now, you only tell me, why are we going back to state Q0, whereas we don't usually change the state for pushing operation? आप ही बताओ मुझे, then I will give you the answer. If you are not correct, then I'm repeating it once again. A अगर आएगा, I'm okay. Let me write it in terms of the transition functions only, तो आपको directly समझ जाएगा. So it is basically Q0, comma A on top of R. जैसे ही आएगा, I will not change my, I will not change anything. I will simply change my state. I will not push or pop anything. So it will be something like this. Similarly, in Q1, if I encounter the input as B, top पे तो R ही रहने वाला है. It will be Q2, comma R. And now in Q2, if I encounter the input as C, this time I will push something which is called as X. Am I correct? इतना पार्ट समझा क्या सबको? Yes, the order is necessary. It is a pattern basically. ध्रुव, पैटर्न है. जैसे हम लोग A raised to n, B raised to n कर रहे थे, similar to that, it is A B C raised to n this time. So the pattern is equally important. Otherwise, क्वेश्चन में कुछ स्पेसिफिकेशंस बचेगा ही नहीं. इट विल बी एम्बिगुअस. कोई भी किसी भी लॉजिक से सॉल्व कर पाएगा, राइट? तो जस्ट हैव अ लुक. ये आपका पहला केस हुआ. देन इफ यू रिमेंबर, वी नीड टू लूप ऑल्सो, बट हम इस केस में लूप नहीं कर सकते. कैन आई डू सो? आई कांट डू सो, बिकॉज आर सिर्फ एक ही बार आएगा इनिशियली. एवरी टाइम आर नहीं आता है. इफ यू रिमेंबर, अगर मैं ए रेस टू एन, बी रेस टू एन का कंसिडर करूं, पहला जो स्टेटमेंट होता है वो आर वाला होता है, अगला स्टेटमेंट एक्स आर वाला होता है, एंड दैट वी लूप इट, दैट वी लूप, राइट? सेम थिंग अप्लाइज ओवर हियर. ये आपका पहला स्टेटमेंट है. Second statement will be something like this, where the stack top will be X and not R. So it will be Q0 again this time, and again we are getting an A, but this time the stack top is R. What we need to do? The same thing we have to apply, but this time with X. Okay, XR mat likhna, confusion hoga. Only write the stack top, because we are not pushing anything, right? देखो अभी क्या करना है. It will be Q2, X, and last Q3 पे हम Q2 पे हम लोग चेंज करते हैं, C आएगा तो it will be Q0, XX, and this statement will be looped. Am I clear now? Kindly have a look at it and tell me. आयुष, एक बार ध्यान से देख क्या किया मैंने. Q0 से स्टार्ट किया था, ब्रैकेट है क्वेश्चन में, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। क्वेश्चन में क्या है पहले वो देखो, ए बी सी रेस टू एन डी रेस टू एन। यू कैन कंसिडर दिस एज एक्स, मत लो कंफ्यूजन होगा। यू कैन कंसिडर दिस एज एस। So it is basically something like this. S के सारे टर्म्स रीड होंगे एंड देन D के सारे टर्म्स रीड होंगे। इफ यू रिमेंबर, अगर मैं सिर्फ S रेस टू एन डी रेस टू एन करूं तो भी इनिशियली Q0 पे आता है ना मशीन मेरा घूम फिर के। याद आ रहा है कुछ? हमने A रेस टू एन B रेस टू एन के प्रॉब्लम्स किए थे, उसमें भी मशीन मेरा Q0 पे ही था। दैट इज व्हाई वी हैव अगेन गॉन बैक टू Q0 एंड पुश्ड। आर यू गेटिंग इट दिस नाउ? ओके, समझा? अभी तो घूम फिर के मशीन मेरा सिर्फ अभी स्टैक में एक एक्स पुश किया है, एक एक्स ने जितने भी एक्स है उतने पुश किए, बिकॉज इट इज अ लूप। नाउ आफ्टर दिस स्टेप, दैट इज अभी Q0 पे अगर डी आएगा, बिकॉज मशीन का एंड क्या स्टेट है, अभी Q0 पे है ना मशीन। सो नाउ अभी Q0 पे अगर डी आया ऑन टॉप ऑफ एक्स हुआ, तो कहां पे जाना चाहिए मशीन? यू ओनली टेल मी। नाउ द पॉपिंग विल बिगिन, राइट? सो नाउ देयर शुड बी अ चेंज ऑफ स्टेट, यस और नो? जैसे पिछले केस में हम लोग कर रहे थे कि पुशिंग के लिए हम लोग चेंज नहीं करते थे, बट पॉप जैसे पॉप चालू हुआ हमने स्टेट चेंज किया। वही यहाँ पे होगा। चेंज ऑफ स्टेट विल हैपन, बट एज वी हैव ऑलरेडी यूज्ड Q0, Q1 एंड Q2, व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट स्टेट दैट शुड कम? इट इज Q3। सो इट विल बी Q3 कॉमा एप्सिलॉन। पहला डी आपका निकल निकल गया, रिमूव हो गया। दिस विल अगेन बी इन अ लूप, so it will be Q3 comma D comma X. This will give you Q3 comma epsilon. This will be in a loop, popping wala loop, and hence we have removed all the characters from the stack. And at the end, in Q3, if I receive zero inputs, that is no inputs, and the top is R, then I will go to QF state and stop them. Is it clear now? It is not complicated. It is just adding to the logic which we have already seen so far. एक कैरेक्टर की जगह हम तीन कैरेक्टर यूज कर रहे हैं, घूम फिर के जीरो पे ही जा रहे हैं। ये वाला पार्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसमें गलती मत करना। दिस पार्ट क्रुशियली, बिकॉज दिस इज नथिंग बट समथिंग लाइक दिस। इफ यू रिमेंबर Q0 A कॉमा R हम लोग करते थे Q0 XR, तो सेम थिंग है, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ A वी आर हैविंग थ्री इनपुट्स ABC। Yes, the logic, the problem which you have given doesn't have any logic, because you can see ABCD, 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 वापस एक डी आ रहा है। आई डोंट सी एनी पैटर्न इन्वॉल्व ओवर देयर, बिकॉज एबीसीडी एबीसी के बाद वापस आप कुछ भी रैंडम ले रहे हो, सो दैट इज नॉट अ पैटर्न। वॉट एवर क्वेश्चन विल बी गिवन दैट विल फॉलो सम पैटर्न, और अदरवाइज अभी आपने जैसे देखा नंबर ऑफ ए इज इक्वल टू नंबर ऑफ बीस, ऐसा कुछ तो लॉजिक रहेगा जिसके बेसिस पे आपको अपना क्वेश्चन डिजाइन करना है। देयर कांट बी रैंडम थिंग्स गिवन। अगेन यू आर नॉट फॉलोइंग द लॉजिक ना। इट हैज टू बी ऑल एबीसीज टुगेदर देन डी का सारे टर्म्स टुगेदर, दैट इज द पैटर्न। ओवर हियर व्हाट यू हैव डन इज एबीसी एक बार लिखा देन डी डाला, वापस एबीसी एबीसी डी, सो देयर इज नो पैटर्न इन्वॉल्व। आफ्टर एवरी पैटर्न्स ऑफ एबीसी देन ओनली डी शुड कम। दैट इज द क्वेश्चन ना। क्वेश्चन ध्यान से पढ़ो एक बार। इट इज एबीसी रेस टू एन फॉलोड बाय डी रेस टू एन। सो एबीसी के सारे वैल्यूज एक साथ देन डी। So for example, if I take n is equal to 2, the question will be, the example would be like this: ABC, ABC, D, D. Am I clear? अभी समझा क्या? तो सिमुलेशन के टाइम पे गलती मत करना, जो एग्जांपल आपने लिया है उसमें 0 मार्क्स मिलेगा सिमुलेशन में। जो क्वेश्चन में दिया है फॉलो दैट। यस, यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट अ पैटर्न। पैटर्न होगा ही, ऐसा नहीं है कि बिना पैटर्न के कोई भी क्वेश्चन उठा के दे देंगे। फॉर द लास्ट 15 पेपर्स दैट आई हैव सीन, देयर इज नो सच क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड व्हिच डजंट फॉलो एनी पैटर्न। कुछ ना कुछ पैटर्न मिलेगा ही आपको। यस आयुष, करेक्ट। सो इफ यू थिंक दैट देयर इज नो पैटर्न इन्वॉल्व, ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट अ पैटर्न। कुछ ना कुछ पैटर्न मिलेगा ही आपको क्वेश्चन में। और क्वेश्चन में एग्जांपल्स नहीं देते हैं, दैट यू आर आस्किंग ना कि अगर एग्जांपल आया तो। एग्जांपल्स नहीं आएंगे क्वेश्चन में। क्वेश्चन में आपको सिर्फ एक लैंग्वेज दिया जाएगा, यू नीड टू थिंक ऑफ एग्जांपल्स बेस्ड ऑन दैट लैंग्वेज। खुद के क्वेश्चंस मत बनाओ, दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। अभी खुद के मन से क्वेश्चन बनाओगे तो लॉजिक भी खुद के मन का ही बनाना पड़ेगा आपको। Yeah, ultimately you need to design a machine for it. So you need to have a pattern for the machine to understand. हम लोग एक कंप्यूटर बना रहे हैं, एआई नहीं बना रहे हैं। वी आर नॉट डूइंग मशीन लर्निंग। मशीन लर्निंग होती तो अलग बात होती। इन दिस केस वी आर गिविंग सम पैटर्न्स टू द कंप्यूटर टू अंडरस्टैंड। अगर वो पैटर्न समझा तो ही उसका लॉजिक बना पाएगा, अदरवाइज नहीं बना पाएगा। सिंपल एज दैट। एम आई क्लियर नाउ? So in the exams, if you face any such problem which you think is not having a pattern, then kindly read it once, twice, thrice, 4 times पढ़ो. There has to be a pattern. ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं आ सकता जिसमें पैटर्न हो ही ना। ठीक है, इतना हिंट दे दिया मैंने। अगर नहीं है तो फिर क्वेश्चन में प्रॉब्लम है। They will obviously change the question. Clear? So we have completed 5 questions. I'm giving you this last question as homework. Now you think कैसे करोगे? Last वाला